What is up, Raider Nation? What is up, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Willie, and I'm going to keep you updated right now on the Jon Gruden situation, because that's what this channel does. We never back down, and we cover every aspect of this story, because it is one of the hugest stories in the NFL for the 2021 season. So what's going on right now is the NFL has to respond to the Gruden lawsuit soon. Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, just reported this today on Thursday, December 9th. The NFL has to respond, he estimates, by at least the 13th. So the lawsuit was filed in November around the 8th. Therefore, you typically have 30 days to respond to these type of civil complaints. Now, what's going to happen is because the NFL is technically a legal resident of every single state, they're going to try to push this into arbitration and try to not adhere to the state laws of Nevada. Therefore, what they are going to try to do is, basically haggle with Jon Gruden and settle in order to avoid having an actual lawsuit in court. In my opinion, I don't really think Jon Gruden's into settling. I don't really think this lawsuit's about money. And to be honest, I will show my bias here. I hope that Jon Gruden's not really in this for the money, and that, most of it is to get back at the NFL for screwing him over. And I think that is true. So just to confirm, yes, in most jurisdictions, the initial filing in response to a civil complaint becomes due 30 days after service of process. If it was served on the 11th, 12th, or 13th, which we estimate it was, then response date would be Monday, December 13th. So right after the games this upcoming week, we're going to expect and anticipate a huge response from the NFL. And here's the thing, the NFL has to respond to this. They straight up have to. They're either going to try to push it, try to settle, try to cause a delay, because, the deadline can be extended if both parties agree to extend this deadline. But I do not think Gruden wants to do any favors for the NFL and Roger Goodell. But honestly, this is going to be one of the biggest things in NFL history. This is going to honestly, this is going to be a month-long process. This is going to be a huge case that maybe could even last years. I mean, Mike Florio estimates it could be years and years if Gruden does not settle and continues to fight, and there's every indication that he will. Obviously, the NFL is going to try to defend themselves. They're going to try to minimize Gruden's claims, claim it's a conspiracy theory, say that they're baseless or they're unrelated to what the league was doing. But at the end of the day, what they're going to try to do is make sure that they can just pay him out. Because even if you cannot prove that the NFL leaked the emails directly, they still did not handle those confidential documents very carefully. There was only a small group of people who had access to them. So they mishandled those documents, which caused Gruden to essentially just lose his whole entire career. So I just wanted to make sure that I kept Raider Nation and YouTube up to date on this, because we want people to react the day of, right when it happens. So be on the lookout for Monday, and I will obviously be posting a video talking about what the NFL's response is to Gruden's lawsuit. And they got to respond. They can't just hide away from this. They could hide away from Congress. Congress demanded to see the emails. You saw Congressman Krishnamurthy demand them, but nothing came of that. Maybe he's too busy hanging out with Lori Lightfoot. Who knows? But, obviously the NFL didn't even have to respond to Congress. But when you're in this lawsuit situation, you got to respond. And that's why I'm so glad that Gruden went the extra mile, even after settling with Mark Davis, went the extra mile and sued the NFL to make sure the truth will come out. And we know what Gruden said to an HBO reporter who works for Brian Gumbel. Right after it happened, they said he said one thing through text: the truth will come out. Let's hope the truth comes out. And hey, we will be here reporting the truth the whole way through. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video, man. Be sure to check out my Jon Gruden playlist on my channel. It includes every video that I have made about the Gruden situation, aside from a couple live streams that are exclusive for members only, because they're about 4 hours long. And hey, who knows what I say in those situations. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you on Monday.